Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are all staying safe and healthy during these times. I know it's really uncertain right now and we're living through unprecedented changes and whatnot because of COVID, but I hope you are all staying safe and healthy and baking a lot. I know I've been spending most of my weekends just making new recipes, trying out new things, and I've really been loving sharing all the recipes on my blog and here on my YouTube channel. So if you do want to see recipes and tips from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay around. But today I thought it would be kind of fun just to bake something together. I'm going to be making my favorite chocolate chip cookies, and I thought I would just bake a little bit, show you how to make them, and just give you kind of a life update because it's been a while since I filmed kind of a vlog style video or updated you on what was going on in my life, and a lot has changed over the past few months. So this is going to be a super casual video, just kind of chatting with you guys, and I also want to hear what's been up with your life lately. So let me know in the comments below how you've been doing, how you're feeling, just everything that's been going on with you. So make sure to drop a comment down below so I can hear how you're doing. So the recipe I'm making today is not mine. It's actually from Pickup Limes, who, if you don't know about her, she is one of my favorite YouTubers. I'll leave her linked below in case you want to watch some of her videos. She shares mostly plant-based and vegan recipes, and while I'm not plant-based, I love a lot of them so much. And so today I'm making her one bowl chocolate chip cookie recipe. And this is my go-to chocolate chip cookie. My boyfriend Kyle actually prefers this one over any other one, vegan or non-vegan. And I make it as is, except I don't really have any vegan chocolate chips. So I'm just going to be using these semi-sweet ones. So besides this, they're entirely vegan. So I'm going to go ahead and just start prepping everything, show you how to make it all, and yeah, we'll just talk as I go. Alright, so I'm going to start making the recipe. If you see me looking over here, I'm just looking at my computer so I know what I'm doing. But it's super easy. I'm just going to be using one bowl. Like I said, I would usually use my KitchenAid, but just so you guys can see a bit better, I'll be using this. So I'm going to start by combining the coconut oil and brown sugar. So let me grab those. Let me try to not knock everything out of my cabinets. Oh gosh, they are in desperate need of a cleaning. I did a whole kitchen reorganization video, I'll leave it linked for you guys, but everything's kind of descended back into chaos, so I think I need a part 2 to that. So one of the reasons I like her recipes a lot is because she has everything listed with weights, and I personally prefer to do all of my baking with grams because it's a lot more accurate, and that's what we did at school. So I love that she does that. So I'm going to start by doing the coconut oil and the brown sugar. So yeah, speaking of school, it's kind of my first update. So if you guys have been following along for a while, you might have known that I went to pastry school back in 2018. So I went there at night while I was actually working full time. I was working in like higher education publishing at the time. And so while I was going to school, I kind of thought that I would be switching into working in the restaurant industry full-time. And after I graduated, I'm just checking to see the amount of this. It's hard to talk and do this at the same time. So I went to pastry school and I graduated in December of 2018. And after graduating, February or March of the following year, I got a job at a restaurant in New York City. And so I did a complete kind of career shift and left my office job and switched over to a restaurant job. And so I was working as a pastry cook at a restaurant called The Dutch here in New York City. I'm just gonna weigh out the brown sugar, 240 grams. So I worked there starting in March of last year. And it was such an amazing job. The people were super, super sweet, and it was just kind of like a little family, and I really enjoyed every minute of it. And so I stayed there all the way until the end of February of this year. And so that's kind of my update, is just that my job situation has changed, and I'm actually back in an office job now. I'm working in a different section of publishing. It's actually book publishing versus higher education textbooks. So it's a lot of different like activities and tasks day to day, but it's back in kind of a normal 9-to-5 office job. And so that's been a pretty big transition to make at the beginning of this year. So I'm just mixing together the brown sugar and the coconut oil. So yeah, I switched over to that job in March, and I'm honestly so grateful because I started that job the first week of March, and then everything just kind of changed rapidly from there on. And since I think like March 13th, I've been working entirely remotely from home. So it's been very crazy, but unfortunately all of my old coworkers from the restaurant are now unemployed. They're not working. So my heart goes out to them and to everyone who's facing unemployment right now or is working on the front lines. It's just, the situation is so difficult for everyone, and I am very grateful that I still have a job right now. So I know it's a hard situation, but I've been working remotely. It's been a lot of changes in 1 year. I was kind of going through the job search process in January and February, and then starting in March, and now today I'm filming, it's May 2nd. So we've been kind of quarantining for weeks. And yeah, it's been a big change. Okay, so this is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and add in the rest of the ingredients. So I'm adding in maple syrup, milk, vanilla extract, and then all of the dry. All right, 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. So I'm just adding all the liquids in at once, and then I'm going to stir to combine, and then do the same thing for the dries. I don't know if I have enough almond milk. It calls for 6 tablespoons, and this is pretty low. Fingers crossed I have enough. I guess the tablespoon isn't really that much. Yeah, I had enough. All right. And then the last liquid ingredient is the vanilla extract. Let me grab that. I have enough of this one. Okay, we're a little short, but you know what? We're gonna make it work. Reminder to buy more. Anyways, so yeah, that's kind of my update. So it's a weird situation because like I'm back in an office job, but I'm still using my pastry skills every day with my blog. So obviously I'm working my 9-to-5 job during the week, but the weekends I spend most of my time just kind of working on recipes for the blog, testing things. And I don't think that my recipe development skills or the recipes I'm creating, all of that, I don't think would be possible if I hadn't gone to school. I mean, I think it would have been possible. I just don't think I would have gotten there as quickly as I did. So I'm so grateful I went, and a lot of the techniques I've learned, all of the skills, directly correlated with my time at my restaurant. So, okay, my camera just kind of cut out on me, so I don't know what I last said, but let's try that again. So next I'm just kind of adding in all the dry ingredients. So let me do that now. A teaspoon of baking powder. And then it calls for a 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda. I feel like when I was at the restaurant, I was like so exact. Like we would sift all of the leaveners, and I'm just too lazy to do it at home. You guys, like, what's wrong with me? But it's good to see kind of, how you do it at a really professional level, and then you can kind of adapt it at home. Those are in. I need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then the flour and the chocolate chips, and that's it. And then 250 grams of flour. I like to keep my flour in like Tupperware containers like this, just because it's super easy to kind of pour from. So I am weighing this. I think flour especially is really easy to, if you're using like a measuring cup, it's really easy to pack it in there too tight, and you might get an incorrect amount. If if you measure it with weight like this, it's usually pretty exact. Sorry for this annoying noise, I know. Perfect. With a little bit to spare. Okay. So just do that up together. I'm so not used to making this recipe in a bowl like this. I always use my KitchenAid, so it just does it all for me. But it's totally doable like this. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm really grateful that I went to pastry school. And like I said, I don't think I would be where I am today with my blog, and I'm trying to create this business here. So it's, I think investing into it with all my education and my knowledge from working in the restaurant is just eternally helpful, and I'm so grateful I did it. But at the same time, it's been a really nice adjustment to switch back to kind of a 9-to-5 schedule, because before I was working kind of everything up in there. I was working nights, I was working weekends, I was working mornings, and my boyfriend Kyle works a normal 9-to-5. So we really were not seeing each other all that much, and it was really challenging. You know, I'm not gonna lie and say it was easy. It was putting a lot of strain on our relationship, and I knew long term it wasn't something that I was willing to do. You know, it's all about making sacrifices in your life, and I just understood that that was not something I really wanted to do. I'm just going with my hands here to get the last little bit. So yeah, ever since switching to the other job, and then of course being quarantined at home with him, we've gone from seeing each other so little to so much. And it's been a really nice change. We've enjoyed cooking together. We've been watching a lot of TV, just relaxing. And it's been great to kind of just have all this time. So I'm honestly a pessimist at heart, so I've been really trying to practice gratitude and focus on the good in this situation. So thinking about things like that has really been helping me. Let me wash these hands, add the chocolate chips, and then we're gonna chill the dough. Okay, I usually just eyeball the chocolate chips, but let me see how much it says. She says to do 150 grams. I'll just wait out. I'm gonna do a little less. I actually kind of like chocolate chip cookies with less chocolate chips. I don't know why. I think if there's too much chocolate, it just kind of messes it up. I'm just using my hands here because I think it's easier. And this recipe, yeah, so I've made it a bunch, and I always have the most success if I chill the dough. My bra strap is falling down. I cannot touch it right now though. Oh, I'm a mess. I always find the most success with this recipe if I chill the dough before baking, just because that makes it spread less in the oven, and the cookies are a bit more compact, especially if you're making them in warmer weather, which it's like 75 degrees today, so I know they're gonna spread a lot if I don't chill them. So let me wrap these up and toss them in the fridge, and then we'll bake them off. Okay, we're back. I don't know how long that was because I stupidly did not put a timer on, but I think the cookie dough is chilled long enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and scoop it and throw it in the oven. So let me grab it out. I've also been sneaking a couple bites because did you really make cookies if you didn't eat the dough? Don't tell my mom. These look kind of old and dingy, so don't judge, but I like to use a sheet tray like this, and then I just use a silk pot when making cookies because they really release easy, and it's nice to use. And I got this one off of Amazon. I can link a similar one below. Just super easy to use. And then I'm gonna use a cookie scoop like this to scoop the cookies. I find these are really nice to maintain consistent size, so I love to do that. So I'm gonna scoop like half of this dough and then freeze the rest for a rainy day or when I'm craving more cookies. And then when I'm doing it, I usually push them down like this, just so it's nice and flat, and then a release. So yeah, the job update was mostly kind of what's changed in my life recently. Otherwise, I've still been, creating content for the Baker's Almanac. I've been back into videos. I kind of took a couple months off, which I'm sorry about, but it's just hard to kind of make recipes and do videos at the same time. But now that I'm home and, I don't have my commute and things like that, I have a little bit more time to devote. So I've been enjoying making videos again and getting back in the swing of it. And yeah, otherwise we're just sticking at home. We've been going out for walks and things like that and grocery store runs, but that's about it. It is gorgeous here in New York City today. It's like, I think it's almost 80 degrees is the high, which is the hottest it's been all year. So we went on a walk in Central Park earlier today. We went down to the Central Park Conservatory Garden, which is gorgeous. I've never been before, and they have all these tulips right now. I think I took some footage, so I can insert it here if you want to see what it looks like. Highly recommend if you're in New York City in the springtime. And of course we wore masks while we're out just to, social distance. But it's just nice to get outside and just enjoy the fresh air a little bit. But otherwise we've mostly been sticking at home. Like everyone, we've been watching too much TV after we binge watched all of Tiger King, which feels like so long ago. Like how long ago did we watch that? Maybe like 3 weeks? I don't even know. But after that we moved on to watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, which, oh my god. If you've watched that show, please let me know in the comments because I'd never seen it. If you don't know what it is, it's like this kids show that was on Nickelodeon back in the mid 2000s. And I say kids show, but it deals with a lot of adult topics and it's super intense. It's not quite anime, but still the anime style. And it's so freaking good. I love that show. And so Kyle had seen it before, but he was watching it again with me. So we watched all 3 seasons in probably a week and a half. Absolutely loved it. And this might make no sense to you if you haven't watched it, but I am a hardcore Zuko Katara shipper, which Kyle is giving me crap about. He says, no way. But you know what? I think they're meant to be together. And I've been cracking myself up reading so many memes and tweets about Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'll insert a picture of one that about killed me. Actually, I'll insert 2 pictures. There's one about just making people watch it during quarantine, and then there's one about Airbnbs that literally had me on the floor laughing. It's so funny. But I think that show's coming to Netflix May 15th, so if you haven't watched it, highly recommend. But yeah, that's about all we've been up to. It's, just trying to stay sane. Like I said, I know it's a very difficult time for so many people, and we're fortunate enough to be still working. For now we both have our jobs and we're just so grateful, and I'm just trying to stay focused on the positive and just to remind myself that I'm so grateful for what I have, and I'm grateful to be able to bake cookies like this and just hang out with you guys for a little bit. So these are ready. They look awesome. I'm gonna throw them in the oven for, I think they take 7 to 8 minutes roughly. I like to kind of underbake my cookies a little bit because they're so good. So I'm gonna toss these in and then I'll show you once they're done. Okay, they're out of the oven and they look so good. They're still a little too hot for me to eat, but just so you can see, I'm gonna try and not burn myself. But yeah, I should probably end the video here just because it's probably so long. To anyone who stuck through to the end, you are a trooper and I appreciate you. I'm going to be filming lots more videos soon, more just kind of recipe tutorials, some different baking tips, but let me know if you like this style of video, kind of more casual or just kind of taking you throughout my life and maybe a bit more behind the scenes content, how I shoot recipes and things like that. So let me know in the comments down below what you want to see, what kind of videos you like. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like it, it helps support the channel, and hit subscribe. I'll be releasing lots of videos soon, and I really appreciate your support. So with that, I hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your day, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!